Reach emergency, what's the location?
Bar train station, Paris Rapist. In a public phone box. There's blood everywhere. I've just been raped and attacked. Put this shit out of me. I'm bleeding everywhere.
Okay, stay on the line for me. I've got officers coming to you, please don't move.
In North Birmingham, a woman has reported being attacked and raped in a public phone box in the early hours of Saturday morning. While she's taken to hospital for treatment, a forensic investigation gets underway.
This was a really, really brutal and vicious attack. You don't expect someone to be raped in a telephone box on a busy road in the early hours of the morning. She's gone out for a night out and she's not safe to walk the streets.
So the telephone box is where the actual incident happened, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real vicious attack.
It's horrific, isn't it? At 1 o'clock-ish in the morning, how busy is the traffic and how well is it lit as well? You don't know, do you?
So I think if we swap the offence location.
I'll have a look just to see if we can get any cellular material.
Yeah. It's very brazen to do it out in the open. I'm amazed that nobody saw or stopped.
Crime scene coordinator Joe Ward directs a detailed examination of the phone box, looking for any evidence that may help police identify the attacker.
There wasn't anything particularly that right there.
A public telephone box can cause some issues. Members of the public use that phone box. There'll be their DNA, as well as obviously any fingerprints as well. And that's kind of contaminating the scene as such.
You can already see initial marks here, when they appear to be in blood.
The blood in the phone box is mainly contact marks, so someone that's bleeding or has got blood on them actually making contact with the surface.
There's a bit there and there's a bit inside here, so on the side of that you want to look into more. Yeah.
We know the victim was badly beaten, but has the offender bled? Has the victim managed to fight back? Whose blood is it? We really need to identify quickly who is responsible for this offence.
Where the phone box is the bushes are at the side.
The train station is here. It's that phone box just after.
Detectives from the Specialist Rape and Sexual Assault team gather for an urgent briefing.
Right, morning everyone. So what we know so far, we had a lone female leaving Weatherspoons Public House where she was brutally raped and attacked inside the phone box. So obviously what we know is when, we know where. The main focus of this morning is who the male is that has attacked her. This attack on our victim is what we call a stranger rape. There's no relationship, don't know each other. It's just a straight grab off the street. I'd say that they're rare. But with all stranger rapes, the biggest challenge is we've got to connect two people who seem to be not connected in any way, and we've got to get those two people, and we've got to put them in the same place at the same time. Adele, I know you've been with our victim. I understand she's got some horrendous injuries. Are you able just to give us a bit of brief on how she is?
She's coming across so strong, but I think she's in shock.
What are actually her injuries?
So visually you can see all from the face.
She's bled quite a lot, hasn't she?
Under her eye there's a big cut. That's quite deep, that is.
Your priority really is your high and low vaginal swabs, as well as the pants as well.
I mean, you can all appreciate anybody who's wandering around those streets capable of doing what he's done. We've got to focus everything on getting this guy in right now. Thank you. He's committed a horrendous act. I can't predict what he's going to do next. Every day that goes by that he's not caught, the risk to the public is obviously increasing.
After receiving hospital treatment, the victim is brought for a detailed forensic medical examination.
The victim is so brave to come forward and report this incident.
Are you okay? I'm just going to raise your gown a little bit.
When dealing with the rape case, the victim themselves are actually classed as a scene. We advise, not to wash, not to go to the toilet, because we can get forensic evidence from them. DNA from intimate swabs or from clothing.
If you're uncomfortable at any point, tell me and I will stop, okay? You're doing really well.
Understandably, the victim has gone through something so horrific and so traumatic, and we have to work at their speed.
Now I'm just going to take the samples. It's just the tip of the swab.
But we have a forensic window to gather the best forensic evidence before DNA starts to degrade and can be contaminated. So time is of the essence.
Once intimate samples have been collected,
So I'm just going to take that underwear.
items of clothing are also taken to be forensically processed at a specialist lab.
From the clothing, we may get semen, but also cellular DNA, as the offenders actually touch the victim's clothing. I'm hopeful, but there's never any guarantees.
The next priority for detectives is to get a full account of the attack from the victim.
Right. I am police staff investigation officer Powell, but call me Adele. Okay. Sorry to put you through all of this.
We know how stressful these are. The victim's gone through a traumatic incident. We are asking somebody to sit down in front of a perfect stranger and talk about the most traumatic experience of their lives. But it's important for us to get the account from that victim really early on, because there's bits that she can add that we can never get from anywhere else.
I need you to tell me in as much detail as you can, everything you can remember.
I think I'm just trying to absorb what happened to myself.
Yeah, of course.
I went to give a gift to a friend whose birthday it was at the pub in Perry Bar, and then when it closed, 1:30, I left and started walking towards the train station.
I can see she can't open her eyes. They're all bruised. She's got a broken nose. When you're looking at her injuries, the level of violence used, reliving it and talking through it, you can just exacerbate their trauma. So you've got to guide the victim.
I felt someone grab me.
Okay, where?
Sorry?
Where did they grab you?
They grabbed me from behind and pushed me in the phone box. He had his arms around me. He was punching me as well. And with one hand, he took my skirt and my leggings down. And then I'm trying to move, but then he's continually like hitting me on my head and my face. And he raped me.
Have you felt any ejaculation?
I don't know, to be honest. Everything just happened.
During any of these, has he spoken to you?
He did just say shut up or something like that. But he did have like a foreign accent. Like Middle East, Kurdish, Romanian.
Yeah. And what about his height and his build?
He wasn't that big. I think kind of 5 foot.
Do you remember anything noticeable on him? Tattoos, markings, anything?
I didn't know, to be honest with you. But I did say to him, leave me alone, leave me.
I think she's done incredibly well. She was able to tell us his height. She gave us his accent of where she believed he was to originate from. This can sometimes be a bit subjective, but that's the only information about the suspect that we've got at this time. It was a really good starting point.
There's a bit there and there's a bit here. There might be some more on the inside.
After swabbing the blood in the phone box, the forensic team hunts for any fingerprints that may have been left by the rapist.
The fact that the rape has happened in a confined space gives us more chance that the suspect may have touched the telephone box as he's committing that offence. What we'd be looking for is there any fingerprints in blood?
There needs to be some more here, but it's not the best quality.
To improve the visibility of any prints, investigators apply chemical dyes that react with proteins found in blood.
I can definitely see colour change here.
There's a few good ones there. And that one there. Then you switch detail on the inside.
They identify a cluster of fingerprints on the outside of the frame.
Originally, the fingerprints were very faint when we had taken them beforehand and appeared to be in blood. But with the dye reagent, to actually bring out the contrast, which should be better for identification purposes for the Fingerprint Bureau.
Photos of the enhanced prints are fast-tracked to the Fingerprint Bureau to check against the police national computer.
Is this the biggest mistake he's made? Because this could be what identifies him.
CCTV, where are we in relation to the CCTV?
Axon links have been sent for the actual camera footage from One Stop Shopping Centre security team themselves.
Yeah. We've got the footage is actually going to go to 4 AM because their camera's pretty good and it gives a whole overview of the area.
Birmingham is swamped in CCTV, but it comes with its own challenges. There is a lot of cameras around traffic, routes, buses, things like that. Potentially hundreds of hours of footage. You can never make any guarantees in terms of what you're going to find.
Digital media investigator Rob McKinnon is tasked with scrutinising CCTV of the area around the crime scene.
You do need to be patient, you need to have attention to detail, because you may be looking for one thing, but you need to record what else you see, because anything could end up down the line being relevant.
To narrow down the victim's movements on the night, detectives are dispatched to the pub she left moments before the attack.
So at the minute we've just got an entrance foyer camera and then the middle area camera.
Okay. Quite often cameras, especially older cameras, the night footage will be of much lower quality. Makes it much more difficult to do things like facial recognition, makes it more difficult to get an image that would be suitable for release to the public.
Is there a camera by the fruit machine?
It's not the greatest one as that one.
Okay.
You get differences in colours, so the way that the pixels sometimes blur together during movement can make it difficult to identify what is actually happening.
Do you reckon you probably have better footage or better, clearer image?
At a push.
Looking at multiple cameras, Rob focuses on a key time frame between midnight and 2 AM.
We're aware that the victim came from the pub before the offence. That gives us a starting point. So we can look at CCTV that covers that area to identify when it is the suspect and the victim are first become aware of each other.
Is this the side of the train station?
Yeah.
This isn't far away from the Spoons, isn't it, really?
It's just the other side of the road, yeah. We're looking for people that are acting in a way that doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, people standing around by themselves, maybe watching.
So this is at 1:26. He hangs around for a few more minutes. At this point, the victim is still in the Wetherspoons.
Rob homes in on a man.
Then he wanders off up here.
And tracks him loitering between the pub and the phone box.
The victim comes out. Crosses the road towards the station. And at about 1:43, the same man walks up this way, which is the time when the victim is going towards the station. What she doesn't know is that he goes around the corner and waits. He walks away. And this is our victim, now walking in the same direction. The next camera shows the attack taking place. I'm presuming he has been waiting around there.
It's the worst footage I've ever seen. It's the level of violence and the continuation of that violence. You can't get emotionally involved in every single piece of footage that you watch, but there's some that will stick with you, and this is certainly one that will stick with me. I tend to try and channel it almost into that determination to find whoever it is that's done this.
You see him run back past the same camera.
After the attack, the offender runs out of range of the street cameras and disappears.
I can honestly say that in 24 years of policing, I've not watched a piece of footage that has impacted like this has. But as horrendous as the offence was, we have to take positives from his brazenness and his violence, because hopefully he's left the forensic evidence that he may not necessarily have left should it have been more of a thought-out or controlled attack.
Despite having CCTV of the attack, the image is not clear enough for police to identify the offender. With no identifiable CCTV, detectives are hoping the bloody fingerprints from the phone box may provide a lead.
It's a digital photo of ridge detail associated with blood on the exterior of the phone box.
But first, examiner Mick Colleen must compare the prints to those belonging to the victim to eliminate them from the inquiry.
So the first distinctive characteristic we see is a ridge that's flowing, then ends, what we call a ridge ending, and then the ridge ending appears in the same formation and sequence in the victim's set of fingerprints. From that first characteristic, there is one intervening ridge, then a further ridge ending, and then another intervening ridge, and then another ridge ending. There are 8 ridge characteristics in the same formation and sequence appearing on the crime scene mark and on the fingerprint form, so I'm satisfied that this is an identification against the victim's set of elimination prints.
"24 hours after the attack, and with the rapist still at large, Joe and Emma meet for an urgent review of the case.
So just want a bit of a summary of what's happened since we last spoke.
So the fingerprints from the telephone box have come back
A lot of them was insufficient detail, but one came back and was eliminated to a victim.
Okay.
Went and dried blood swabs from the actual phone box. The assumption is really all that blood, yeah, it's going to be hers. All the intimate samples have already been submitted, and we didn't get kind of any positive DNA result from them. We're obviously waiting for the DNA to come back from the pants from the victim. I was really hopeful that we'd find some DNA or fingerprints, but the results are all negative so far. We're against the clock. I am feeling the pressure because this man is a danger to the public. He really is.
.30, let's get the very latest local news for Birmingham now with Sean Moore.
BRMB News. The police are investigating a rape and assault in Perry Bar. West Midlands police were called to Walsall Road in the early hours of Saturday morning following reports that a woman had been raped. The man's described as having a slim build and wearing tracksuit bottoms and a hoodie. Anyone with information is being urged to come forward.
Detectives Emma and Adele have now received CCTV from the pub the victim was in before the attack.
So this is the foyer looking out, so people entering into Wetherspoons, so we can see faces.
They need to scan through hours of that evening's footage to see if they can spot the man in a dark tracksuit seen committing the offence.
I know that she's in the Wetherspoons pub. What I don't know, and the questions I need to ask is, where is he coming to all of this? Is he drinking in the pub? Has he seen her in there before? Has there been any previous contact between them? We can see sort of what clothing he was wearing at the time of the attack, give us a starting point.
There's some guys hovering around here.
Okay.
This guy looks like he could be a bad guy.
Same tracksuit, same trainers.
A man matching the description given by the victim enters the pub just after midnight.
That's our guy who's come straight in. He's looked at the male toilet, then he's gone straight into the female toilet.
So he's gone into the women's toilets?
Yeah.
Let's see how long he's in there for. 10 seconds. 15 seconds.
He's coming back out now.
And he's gone into the men's?
Yeah. He's just peering, watching the bar area. What's he looking for? Is his hand?
His hand's on his crotch. I'd say he's masturbating there. It's really disturbing, isn't it? I think he's getting himself excited at the thought of attacking. That is predatory behaviour.
Emma and Adele closely monitor the man's movements as he hangs around the toilet area.
Hold on, is that our victim? He's coming back in. He's not even looking or trying to go to the men's this time. He's gone straight into the women's. Oh. She's just exited the toilet.
He doesn't know that. He still thinks she's in those toilets. I think he's followed her into the toilet. It's really terrifying to watch that. He's targeted her.
At 1:20 a.m, the man can be seen exiting the pub, shortly before the victim leaves.
So I'm happy from the footage that we've watched now. We've got some really good imagery that we can use for press release for public and also between the officers.
The images of the man wanted in connection with the rape are circulated in a force-wide alert.
Got an image. Yeah. I'm going to send this through to you.
And urgently released to the public.
If If you've got it in you to rape somebody, my opinion is the chances are that that's just a one-off, so we have to catch that person before we're able to do it to anybody else.
Rach, do you want to just come over and have a look at this CCTV? It shows our suspect actually punches the bus stop.
While reviewing CCTV for any further forensic leads, Joe has spotted the suspect shortly before the attack.
This actual telephone box here is where our victim was raped, and he gives it a real hard punch. And he might have even cut the skin.
Yeah.
The offender, he's clearly got some anger issues, the way he was walking. And he's really punched this bus stop quite hard. He may have cut himself, so there may be blood on the bus stop itself. I'm thinking forensic opportunity straight away.
So when you look at CCTV, you can see him punch around this area. So I'm going to kind of swab this area in the middle here.
Coordinator Rachel Hughes is sent to swab the bus stop for any trace of skin cells left by the offender's punch.
Unfortunately, there's no trace of any blood at all, so hopefully get some sort of cellular material from there.
This bus stop is obviously open to the elements. With it raining, there's a possibility they could wash away evidence. Time goes on, DNA deteriorates, so, you know, time is the essence, really.
One of our own officers has recognised a potential suspect from his patch that he covers.
A known offender who closely resembles the circulated CCTV image has been identified by a police officer.
So we're just doing some intel checks on this person now. He was interviewed in relation to an assault with intent to cause serious harm at the end of 2019. Again then, a malicious wounding at the end of 2017. Interviewed again for another assault with intent to cause serious harm. So there's a history of violence from this person. And the victim states this was such a vicious attack, so that matches.
He had me from behind and continually hit me with blows to my face and my head.
So when he's hitting you, what's he using?
His hands.
Okay, when he says hands, are we talking arms or fists?
Fists.
Okay.
It happened really fast. It's like my head is a bit frazzled.
So again, I'm sorry.
We've got images of him on our systems. There is a striking resemblance in relation to the image. The hair on the top, the same, similar age. Everything is pointing that this is potentially our suspect, so I think it's really important that we get him straight in.
We've got to act fast. We're not going home today until he's in custody, because we cannot have that man walking around these streets a second longer.
An arrest team heads directly to the suspect's address.
Police! What's going on?
You're going under arrest, right?
For what?
Right, for rape.
For rape?
Yeah.
Are you being serious? You've done for rape? Are you serious? One second. That's a big allegation, you know.
It's on the road, which close the door.
I'm the one
Right, over there, pal, yeah?
Rape, you know. Come on, man.
We're waiting for forensics. I think if we do a search of the premises, try and locate whatever we can find. In my opinion, he holds quite a likeness.
Yeah, it's a strong.
It's a strong likeness.
2.5 days after the rape, police have a suspect in custody.
What's been arrested for? Rape.
This is mad. Is there proof of this? Have you got proof of this?
Joe Ward, crime scene coordinator.
Hi Joe, it's Adelia from Rasa. So I'd like to speak to you in relation to the guy that we've got in custody already.
So yeah, so we need to obviously come up with a bit of a forensic strategy.
Yeah.
When we get a suspect in custody for a sexual offence, what we're looking for is any trace of DNA that belongs to the victim. The offender is caught on CCTV, which is circumstantial, because the picture may not be clear or people view CCTV differently from person to person. So I'm really conscious of trying to get as much forensic evidence to provide that link between the suspect and victim.
Obviously, because she was punched quite a few times, I'll get the exercise to photograph the palms and the backs of the hands. We'll do like a fingernail clippings and also kind of scrapings as well. Her DNA under his nails, underneath, and it may be that even though he's washed his hands, there still may be some kind of blood still underneath his nails. And I presume you're doing the sexual swabs, are you? They're
Yes.
going to be done, are they?
Yep, he's in a dry cell and we're going to complete all of those with the medical staff at the custody.
Brilliant.
While the suspect is held in a dry cell to prevent him from washing away any evidence, tests are underway to forensically connect him to the attack.
First, we're just going to photograph the underwear as they've been received.
What we're looking for is any trace of semen, because hopefully we would be able to get DNA from the actual semen, or there may be some cellular DNA that's transferred from his hands where, you know, he's touched the underwear and pulled the underwear off.
Forensic examiner Jamie Lee Knight starts by testing for skin cells that the suspect may have transferred from his hands to the underwear.
We're going to mini-tape the outside waistband because the offender has grabbed the victim from behind and pulled their clothing down. And we're just looking to target any areas that the suspect might have come into contact with. Now that the cellular's been taken, on to screening for semen. So I'm just making sure that the item is wet enough for any semen staining that's present to be transferred to the blotting paper.
Next, the blotting paper is tested for the presence of semen.
If acid phosphatase is present, we'll get a purple reaction come up on the blotting paper. This purple indicates the presence of semen. That's a very strong positive.
While the underwear will undergo further testing to look for the offender's DNA, detectives are preparing to question the suspect.
I've got a lot of questions that is going to be asked of him. Our suspicions are that it's him. It's on him to tell us where he was, to prove to us that that's not him that's committed that attack.
I would like to read out a prepared statement. I vehemently deny all of the allegations against me. I was not present at the scene of the alleged assault and rape. I've never met this person in my life. Although I do not recall where I was on Saturday, I was not near Perry Bar train station. I will now be answering no comment to all questions put to me.
I appreciate that statement, but obviously we've got some further questions that we need to answer you. I'll show you some CCTV captured from the Wetherspoons in One Stop and Perry Bar. Do you recognise the male there?
No comment.
Is that you?
No comment.
Is there anybody that you were with that could verify where you were and that you weren't there?
No comment.
So you say this is a case of mistaken identity. However, you can't tell me what you were doing. You can't offer me any names of anybody that will be able to verify your whereabouts. It's hard to believe. I don't know, it might just be my opinion, but it's hard to believe that you can't remember what you're doing on Friday night. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to remember that?
No comment.
If someone goes no comment, I think what you're hiding, if you're innocent, why have you not given an account? Why have you not told the officers where you were so that they can then check that and this would all be over? I don't think at this point we've got enough to charge, so we're now relying on the forensics to take us further forward with him.
With the suspect refusing to answer any questions, detectives have 24 hours to charge or release him.
So I'm just going to cut a strip out of this top layer.
At Eurofin's laboratory, Jamie Lee concentrates on the section of underwear which tested positive for semen, in a bid to find any sperm heads containing the suspect's DNA.
We tease apart the fibres. So basically, if there's any sperm heads trapped within them, just making sure that when we put our reagents onto them, it's the best possible chance of them being released.
A centrifuge machine is used to separate the more dense sperm particles. Next, Jamie Lee adds a dye to stain the sample. If any sperm heads are present, they will turn red.
It's really faint. There's 80 to 300 million sperm heads in an average ejaculation. But on this slide, I can only see a single sperm head.
Forensic science has come on massively since I joined. From needing quite a large amount to obtain a DNA profile, you need a pinhead size. But in this case, we've got one sperm head and it's a difficult process. So I'm really hoping that the scientists can actually still work with that and be able to achieve a DNA profile that matches this person in custody.
While the single sperm head is fast-tracked for DNA extraction and profiling, Joe reviews evidence from the suspect.
So this is the male that is currently in custody for the rape offence. Just looking through the photographs that were taken earlier today.
The discovery of CCTV showing the offender punching a bus stop has prompted her to focus on his hands.
When you're punching a hard surface with some force as well, which it was clear from the CCTV, he really did punch it at force. What I would expect to find is some visible injuries to the hand, and it was his right hand. He's also punched the victim several times, and again, I would expect to find some swelling or some bruising. On the left hand is what appears to be old scarring, but there really isn't any visible injuries whatsoever to the right hand at all. So that's a little bit concerning.
Joe, there's some issues with lack of injuries.
We've obviously, from the level of injuries that she's got and how many times he's actually punched her, I would have expected some kind of injury to his hands. Certainly his right hand, which is used, and there's nothing at all.
The victim states to me during her interview that he's definitely either Kurdish, Romanian. She said that type of accent.
And having listened to the interview, The guy they've just interviewed, unless he's put on an accent the whole way through it, he definitely did not have an Eastern European accent. There's just a few things now that are just starting to give me concern about the guy in custody. So we've got someone in custody, and at this moment, we haven't got anything but an identification to put him there. It's a really difficult position to be in. What we need is forensics to say, yeah, we found some DNA, we've got the right person in custody, or say it's not him.
With the 24-hour custody clock to charge the suspect running out, detectives are granted a 12-hour extension to carry out further inquiries.
So the first footage we've got after the offence, he starts to walk up Birchfield Road.
With the suspect giving no account of his movements, Rob is trying to further pinpoint where he went after the attack by widening the CCTV search radius to 3 miles from the phone box.
It's a very manual, very time-consuming part of the job. We've recovered hundreds of hours of footage that needs to be reviewed using a track and trace principle, where we identify where somebody goes off camera, and then he crosses over onto Harrier Way. We then try and find the next camera on that route. The next footage we've got, he appears on the left-hand side, walking up towards the right. And then a few minutes later, a second male wearing a green jacket walks in the same direction.
Rob has discovered footage of what appears to be the suspect with another man, 15 minutes after the attack.
We're not sure of the identity of the second male, but obviously we know that he wasn't involved in the actual offence because we've got the footage of that, and that shows that this male was acting alone. You can see that there's some movement on the left-hand side. These 2 males are our males that we've been tracking. Now in the corner of this footage you can see there is a dark-coloured van. It looks potentially blue. And the lights turn on and the doors seem to open and close. And at around 2:40 in the morning, the van lights turn on and it drives away. So we now know that 55 minutes after the offence, the suspect is driven away. Right now, we need that blue van. That's what we need to find, because that is our main link now between the suspect and the offence.
Using automatic number plate recognition, the van is tracked from the time the offender drives away until later that same morning.
Have you got it?
We've got the vehicle anyway.
Let's have a look.
After identifying the van's number plate, detectives are able to link it to an address.
I've picked onto this person, who is Cornel Gabriel Philippatch.
He matches the description.
Do you not think his hair was a bit...
No, I think when you look at the hairline on the moving footage, matches the hairline there, look.
Right, so we've now got a name. Yeah.
Police have now identified a second potential suspect, 21-year-old Cornel Philippatch.
We've got a name, we've got an address. He's driving that van straight after that attack. It's only circumstantial at this stage, so we need to get him in as soon as possible.
Despite police already having a man in custody, an order is issued for Philippatch's immediate arrest.
Police! Police! Stand still! Please, open the door! Open the door or it will be put in! Bathrooms clear. What we got? Is that a man? Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're under arrest on suspicion of rape. Right, stand up. Turn around, sit down. What's your name? Huh? Go.
3.5 days after the attack, Cornel Filipacci is brought into custody to be questioned.
What's your name, please?
These details there. They gave me in the holding cell.
Yeah. So Cornel, yeah? And the offence is?
Right.
Okay. What language would you like to speak
Romanian.
in? Romanian. Okay. What do you do for work?
Me, I can't speak with you.
The arrest of a second suspect presents Senior Investigating Officer Emma Watson with a unique dilemma.
I've got 2 suspects in custody. Only one of them can have committed the offence. That first suspect, I don't want to release him because I'm still not confident that it isn't him. The fact the police officers identified him, and I know he's a violent offender, and we need to protect the public from a potential rapist. But with Cornel Filipacci, I've got a name that's Eastern European, and victim describes him as Eastern European. The accent, that fits. Face fits on the CCTV. But without that forensic evidence, I can't say that it is him.
Let's go.
Police now need to capture any potential DNA evidence which may link Filipacci to the victim.
Open your mouth. Thank you.
Even though it's a few days after the offence, there are still opportunities to get forensic evidence from him. It may be that he's not washed his clothing since the offence. He may have not showered.
Flip your hand over for me. Thank you.
Intimate swabs will also be analysed for any traces of the victim.
Can I have a look at your hands, please, sir? These little marks here, can I photograph those, please?
But that's no
Yeah,
is that one.
Yeah,
What you say don't help me.
No, I appreciate.
I'm not stupid, you know.
No, I'm not either. But
take the picture and that's it. Take the picture, that's it. Take the picture. You can take a picture, no problem.
Yeah. Okay, that's lovely.
On the suspect's hands, there are visible injuries, which are encouraging. So he's got to explain those injuries.
Just in that room, okay?
Can I ask you to state your full name, please?
Cornel Filipacci.
You were arrested for the offence of rape. Where were you the late night of 17th of January and early hours up to 7 a.m. on the 18th of January?
No comment.
So that evening, did you visit a Wetherspoons public house?
No comment.
So the footage there shows, I believe it's yourself, hit the female 3 times to the face and the head. Is that you in that footage?
No comment.
Did you drag her to a phone box? Did you pull her underwear down? Did you vaginally rape this female?
No comment.
Does this kind of thing excite you? Preying on vulnerable, lone females on the street?
No comment.
I'm just so frustrated that the best evidence that we've got at this time is only circumstantial with the CCTV. Just can't get clear enough CCTV to identify which ones commit the offence.
Unless forensic tests come back conclusively linking one man to the attack, detectives may have to release both suspects. A specialist laboratory has been attempting to extract DNA from the single sperm head found on the victim's underwear. Joe has been sent their report.
Good morning, Central Ross. I'm Watson speaking. Can I help?
Hi, it's Jo. I've just literally received the update from the lab with the results of the underwear.
Yep.
A single sperm head was observed, but that's come back inconclusive. The sample's too weak.
Oh, God. Right, OK.
It's quite disappointing, really. I was hopeful for a positive result and a name, but fingers crossed the further testing from the cellular DNA and get us a result.
OK.
This feels like a massive setback. The process of extracting sperm heads from semen is tricky and we're not getting the results through. You know, and that really worries me at this time.
With police lacking a forensic link to either suspect and an approaching deadline to release them, one last test remains. A full DNA profile has been extracted from skin cells on the underwear touched by the attacker.
So we've had a clear major, which is matching the female, and then you've got these additional components which indicate only the presence of one more person.
Senior reporter Charlotte Hargreaves now checks to see if the profile matches either suspect.
So we can do a direct comparison to the DNA profile of the initial suspect. So here, he's a 21.227, and coming to the crime stain result, there's no 21.2 and there's no 27. This area, he's a 14.215 here. And then if I go on to the crime stain, there's no 14.2 or 15. This individual has not contributed DNA to this result.
Charlotte is able to show that DNA from the first suspect is not present on the victim's underwear. Next, she moves on to examine DNA from the second suspect.
So you can see that this 16 does match Cornell Filipacci. Again, we go to the next area, 1316.2. So you can see that those two DNA components are represented here. All the way through, you can see that all of his components are represented in these smaller ones. So, in my opinion, Cornell Filipacci's DNA profile does match to DNA components present in the crime stain.
Analysis of these findings shows that the DNA result is 1 billion times more likely to be from Cornell Filipacci than not.
Hello, Jo, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. I've got some really good news.
Oh, brill.
The samples taken from the underwear, they've obviously been compared and it's actually matched Cornell Filipacci. So really pleased.
Oh, that is brilliant. I should go brief everyone. No, brilliant. Thanks ever so much for letting me know, and I'll just brief everyone, let them all know, and then I'll get back in touch with you about what we do next. This is the forensic evidence that we were waiting for that has tied it all together to get the news in that you've got the right person in custody. It can't be anyone else. To be able to go tell the victim that we've got him it's just such a relief.
So you're fitting us to be released, yeah? Oh, she's electric. So give me a signature in that box, please. Thank you.
But the other side of it is that we were able to clear an innocent man. To be able to say forensically it wasn't him means that I can release him. Most important is we'll be able to charge a dangerous offender because forensic evidence now, there's no denying it, there's no arguing with it. He cannot account for why his DNA is in our underwear other than he's committed the offence.
Okay, so Cornell, you will be charged with the offences that have been authorised by the Crown Prosecution Service. So the first offence is an offence of rape. The second charge is one of GBH with intent. You will be aware of how serious these charges are. Is there anything else that you want to say?
No.
There's lots of emotions that go through your head. I think the level of violence that was used really put an urgency on it.
The officer will take you back to your cell now.
I certainly didn't feel that he had any remorse or any regret about what had happened. The important thing now is the person that we believe has committed this offence is off the streets.
I'm as confident as I can be. We've got a strong case, and I'm hopeful we can get it across that line. Hi Joe, we're just out of court. All done and dusted, 15 years, reduced to 10 on his early guilty plea. So, great work, all done, really good evidence.
Oh, that's brilliant news. Really, really pleased that we've obviously got justice for the victim.
This case for me has been a bit of a roller coaster. You know, I was quite concerned at one point that we weren't going to be able to get any DNA from the underwear. So it's a massive relief. Forensics was crucial in this investigation. It put a violent and dangerous male behind bars. The evidence was that strong that Cornell has felt, you know, he had no alternative but to plead guilty.
Of course, we can't forget the most important person in all of this, and that's our victim. It can't be easy, and I know you never get over something like this, but I can just hope that this is the start of her rebuilding her life and her future.